The VARK, Visual, Auditory, Reading Writing, Kinesthetic, Model of Learning Styles. Introduction. Learning models are a common concept in education, especially psychology, and are intended to identify how individuals learn best. The VARK model of learning styles proposes different types of learners: visual, auditory, reading/writing, and kinesthetic. VARK is, therefore, a questionnaire that aids one's learning by suggesting the policies they should use. Individuals with a strong visual preference for learning prefer charts, space, diagrams, formats, plans, and maps. Students study best when teaching methods and school activities match their learning strengths, preferences, and styles. However, most evidence suggests that individual learning preferences have no or little actual influence on learning outcomes. The primary purpose of this paper is to summarize my analysis of the VARK questionnaire and discuss the overall value of learning styles. Personal learning style. After tallying my scores, I identified myself as a bimodal combination with a strong emphasis on visual and kinesthetic. Bimodal refers to the variety of two learning types, and the individuals are more flexible in how they deliver information. My highest scores were in kinesthetics, which I agree with since doing hands-on activities provides me with a better understanding of the educational material. I am partial to gaining knowledge through practice and exposure as a kinesthetic learner. Instead, I find the acquisition of understanding associated with reality, so I grasp information best by using all the senses like hearing, touch, smell, sight, and taste. Particularly, performing practicals in the laboratory, participating in field trips, working hands-on, listening to lectures on real-life circumstances, and looking at recipes capable of resolving a problem are of great significance. Retaining information is enhanced by reducing notes and using illustrations to illuminate a concept. One can use flowcharts, maps, and webs to organize materials. If using the computer, have the student experiment with different styles and font sizes to enhance readability. Preferred learning strategy. I mostly prefer the kinesthetic learning style as I use my experiences and natural things, even when shown on screens and as images. Some of my strategies in the workstation include recalling past examples and performances and utilizing role plays to get ideas across. I also use simulation techniques and remember the exact things that occurred, like the incident, the experiment, the customer, and the facts. Additionally, I use case studies and applications to challenge principles and abstract ideas when presenting information to others. I apply plenty of examples when talking, discussing, and presenting ideas. I always bear in mind that not all people have this preference. Therefore, I respect the differences, find those I contribute to, and learn to be multimodal and deliver something in their preferred modes. In education, I apply different strategies like locating pictures and photographs illustrating a theory, idea, or a principle, going back to the laboratory and practical notes, and role-playing the test situation in my study room. To perceive information, I employ hands-on approaches, learn by trial and error, use all of my senses and look for examples of principles, and look for opportunities to apply what I have learned. One of the differences is that visual learners love diagrams and images that they can see to store in their memory to enable them to recall places and other things that may be of importance. Visual learners best absorb information through anything they can use their eyes to take in. On the other hand, kinesthetic learners enjoy some hands-on experimentation to help them fully comprehend the information in front of them. They are considered restless students because they have to keep their hands and brains busy to function at their best. Importance of learning styles for a learner and to an educator. Determining the learning style of a learner provides information concerning their specific preference. When students identify their learning style, they can make developing, modifying, and create more effective, as well as curricula and educational programs. Therefore, determining learning style is crucial to attain more effective learning. Identifying and meeting individual learner needs by educators boosts the student's morale and encourages them. In some instances, a student does not gain much from mass instruction. Students with emotional, behavioral, and social challenges in the classroom may limit their learning abilities. Therefore, when educators identify their weaknesses and apply the necessary measures to overcome them, the learners acquire education without any barriers. Once the instructor is familiar with the personal needs of the students, they can easily plan their day-to-day classroom activities, so they cater to all of them. Learning styles and health promotion. The learning styles of persons participating in health promotion are critical. They represent the different methods of learning based on weaknesses, preferences, and strengths. Assessing the patient's learning style and focusing on teaching policies to meet individual styles can improve retention, increase motivation, and make the learning-teaching session more effective. It entails using knowledge and skills within one's work environment that make the learning stick, resulting in a behavior change that generates the desired results. Identifying the styles that work best for a patient can help cater instruction to fit the patient's needs. Other patients prefer personal interaction with a diabetes professional but may be looking for more ways to focus on their health education. Some tips for accommodating the different learning styles in health promotion include writing out checklists of materials to be learned, engaging the student in conversation about the subject matter, and asking for oral summaries. Conclusion. Individuals need to understand their learning styles to help them know their strengths and weaknesses and see and appreciate that others may learn differently. Teachers may use the Vark model to help students understand their preferred learning style and maximize their learning by focusing on the mode that benefits them the most. Understanding learning styles encourages learners' participation in educational programs and motivates them to gain professional knowledge.